Hey guys, this is week 10 of the New Leaf podcast, and I'm joined by my host. Yeah, I can't start off like that.
Then start off normal.
This is the New Leaf podcast.
Alright, I'll start off normal. Just let me get ready for this. What's up, everybody? This is the New Leaf podcast once again, coming at you hot and fast, just like a pizza out of the oven. This week, I am joined once again by my wonderful host, Tyler, Tanner, and Christian.
Yep.
I said Christian's name last because TTC sounds better than CTT, so
No,
that's why I did
and
that.
3 T's.
Just stop talking.
Or TCTT.
No, everybody stop. So this week we're going to be talking about, I just said BB, we're going to be talking about, the last part, I believe, we'll finish
Yeah,
up
the
this week.
the final part.
Countdown.
No, the
Okay,
final
let me
part
talk.
of. You're interrupting everybody else. We're talking about the final part of our Xbox One pros and cons. We're going to be talking about the cons, so all the bad things, because
So now
we're
this one should,
fanboys, but we're not ashamed to talk about bad stuff.
yeah, because honestly I don't think I've really, besides some of the apps, I'm not really sure if I've given you, a good reason to buy an Xbox One, so we'll see how this goes. And maybe this might, seal the deal for you never to buy an Xbox One, so, whatever, I guess, right? But,
Yes.
first we'll start off with our week, so, let's start off with Christian, because he had a really exciting week. Christian, tell us what you did this week.
Let's see, I read a book about aliens.
Illegal ones? Or...
No, from space.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, science fiction.
Oh, we can give them welfare too.
No, I did do that, cause I'm trying to get through that book. I got probably by, maybe halfway through the book this week. It's like a 400-page book. It's a real struggle for me reading, But, other than that, I played a little bit more Battlefield Hardline this weekend. And then I also played the Forza Fast and Furious standalone DLC on the Xbox, which was awesome.
Awesome, yeah, it was sick.
And it's free right now. It's free up until April 10th. So definitely go pick that up. And I actually enjoyed it so much I might buy Forza Horizon 2.
Whoa.
But after April 10th, it's going to be $10.
I know, right? That's a big statement.
It is.
He's being furious.
Oh, I see. I
It's
see.
fast. But yeah, so I might buy Forza Horizon 2 because I wanted to get it, but I just kind of passed over it because I think that's around the time Destiny came out. So I just never played it. But I am a fan of racing games. I like more of the open world type racing games, but yeah, this game was really awesome and probably worth the $10. I don't know if I would have paid $10 to play it, so I'm glad it was free. But I got all the achievements and pretty much 100% of the game in just a few hours.
Yep.
But it was still fun.
Is there a multiplayer component?
Yes.
There is.
But I didn't try
It runs exactly like Forza Horizon 2 did, except with a Fast and Furious skin on it. So, I mean, all the same features are there. Every single thing is there, except for...
Why do you always burp on the podcast?
Because I'm too lazy to reach out and mute my mic.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, it's basically like, kind of a setup to the movie. You're in France and you have to go around and collect all the cars that they use in the movie, and then, like, the final mission, you get all the cars out of there. So yeah, it's pretty neat. Pretty nifty.
Yeah, it is really cool. The final scene is the, kind of the intro scene into the new Fast and Furious movie, so it's awesome.
That's really cool.
Other than that, me and Taylor played some heists on Grand Theft Auto.
And it was
Tried to
super
at least.
fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, but there's
But
still a lot of,
we'll talk about what
connectivity
happened
issues.
when I talk about my week.
Okay.
All
Alright, that's it for me.
Well,
Tyler, Tanner, you guys can go. Yeah.
yeah, let me see here. My week, it has consisted of a lot of Battlefield Hardline, actually.
Yes.
I've had a really weird week. Usually, I have a ton of homework to do and all sorts of stuff, and I actually was able to, thankfully, get done with it early. And I was off on Thursday and Friday, which is not normal. And so I spent Wednesday night and Thursday night playing Battlefield Hardline with Taylor and having a lot of fun. And
it was a blast. Like, oh my gosh.
we
It was awesome.
we laughed, we cried. It was a great time.
That really did happen, both those things.
And barf.
Yeah, so, and hopefully maybe one day we'll be able to compile a whole bunch of cool stuff that we have ever done and show you guys one day, on a YouTube video or something, but I'm the one to talk. I've got 5,000 videos to do and
Yeah, and
not
I
enough
gave
time to do
him
them.
the look.
So, what'd you say, Dan?
I'm doing my eyebrow.
Oh, yeah, he's raising the eyebrow, rolling his eyes. Yeah, all I need is an intro and an outro, and I'm done with the
Episode
Dragon Ball
1.
Z when that's all it's waiting on. Is an
Xenoverse.
intro and an outro.
Well, get it up there, because I want to watch it.
Yeah, I want to watch it too.
But
I'm pretty
Battlefield-
sure all of our millions of subscribers want to listen to it too. I mean,
Right.
Watch it
But
too.
there's
Yeah.
a Battlefield Hardline, guys. Sheesh. No, but so I did spend some time. I downloaded Unity and Unreal Engine 4. Both of those.
Virtue.
Both of those are game engines that you can work with, both free, or at least there's free versions. Unreal is I think it's completely free, and you only pay once you start like the production of a game and stuff like that. Actually, like selling it. Once you hit over $3,000 worth of sales, you have to start paying the piper. But Unity, there's like a base game you can base engine you can download and learn that. So I didn't actually touch it very much, but I downloaded it and was looking forward to that. Maybe that's something I'll do in Gatlinburg or something like that when I go down there if I have some free time. But yeah, so that was basically my week, just work and then staying up late and having a lot of fun doing it and kind of walking around like a zombie on the days I've been having to work and stuff like that. And I've been car shopping a lot. So that's all I've been doing. What about you, Tan Man?
I've been doing a lot of tutoring so far the past 2 weeks.
Getting smart.
Besides that, I'm having, I'm doing some price matching to see what would be the best deal for me to get some money back. And,
On what?
well, on some Transformers or Power Ranger stuff, which I still haven't decided. And I kind of want to make my decision when we get back from
Our vacations, one of the vacations we
one
have.
of the vacations.
There's some people your house rent down to make more money off of them.
What?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Hey, Mom, I'm just going to burn down the house real quick. We just need to collect on some insurance, alright? I'll be back.
Yeah, besides that, I played some Infinity Blade 3. I level up Issa the 70. Cyrus is
Holy
still
crap,
65.
70.
Yeah, that's 9 the base. Yeah, you can go higher than 70. So,
What?
yeah. And that's pretty much about it, besides keeping up with Transformers news. Nah.
Cool.
Wow.
Alright, Taylor.
Well,
talk about yours.
I guess I'll talk about my week. Like I said before, well, actually, I don't know if I said it on the podcast. Anyways, this week I happened to work, I I go in at 5:30, and I didn't get off before 4:30 every day of the week this week, so that was exciting. So when you usually work like an 8.5-hour day, 9-hour day, and then you have to work those extra 2 hours, it's kind of exhausts you mentally. So my evenings didn't really consist of much except for Battlefield 2 the nights with Tyler, and then the rest of the time I tried to muster up the strength to get to the gym just because I was so worn out. But then, thankfully, the weekend came, and I played a lot of Battlefield yesterday, but then I fell asleep I fell asleep at 7 at night and woke up at 4 this morning, so it was kind of wild, but, and then we played some GTA this morning, and that was a blast, and then I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what happened. So, we did this heist, me and Christian and our friend Nick Gamer10, and also some random guy who is very into pharmaceutical drugs that you inhale. So, we were playing the heist, and me and Christian have to go in and get this guy out of prison, and Christian's dressed up as a prisoner, and I'm the prison officer. So we get to the end, and it is like a struggle, man. We lose 6-7 times. I'm not gonna say they were all my fault, but they were a few times my fault.
Mostly his fault.
Alright, shut up. So, finally we get to the very end, and the guy that we rescue kind of takes the private jet that we flew in and grabbed him with, and then we all jump out, right? So, we're landing, flying down to the ground real nice and smooth like, and I'm behind the first guy, the guy that's in the pharmaceuticals, and I don't know if he just took too much today or what, but he was going in hot. And long story short, he smacks the ground in a parachute,
like full speed,
and died. So we had to restart all the way from before we got the prisoner.
At this point, all we had to do was parachute on
literally
the beach,
land,
get into the helicopter, and fly off, and that was it.
And fly away, and that was the end of it. We all got $100,000, like nothing, just jumping down out of the airplane. And then that happened, and I was so frustrated. I couldn't be mad at him because he was really cool, and he kind of stuck with us all day and was a good sport and everything. But I was mad. So, but yeah, so that happened, and hopefully me and Christian can finish that tonight or tomorrow at some point and get that money because that's a lot of money, and I would like to have it.
Yeah, Taylor is so poor
don't
on
we all?
Grand Theft Auto. He doesn't even own a car. He has to steal all his cars on Grand Theft Auto.
I just steal cars.
Can you believe that? He has to steal cars on
What's
Grand
the
Theft
big
Auto.
deal?
That doesn't sound legal in Grand Theft Auto.
No,
I'm pretty sure that me stealing cars is the title of the video game.
No, you're supposed to own a house and own your car and have a job. That's what you do on Grand Theft Auto nowadays.
And pay your taxes.
Yeah.
Definitely. Oh yeah, I forgot. I am so sorry.
Have a $100,000 house and then go get your food stamps cashed. So.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, alright? Just kidding, guys. There's a lot wrong with that.
No.
But besides that, I did nothing, like I said. So let's get on to the not very lengthy topic, I don't believe.
The meat of this show.
Yeah, I don't really know if we're going to talk a whole lot about it. There's not much to talk about, but...
Yeah, not many bad things to talk about. Xbox, it's just...
Let's start with the obvious.
Yeah.
I mean, the Xbox itself is black, and I really would have preferred a carbon fiber. Let's just get it out of the way. Whew, glad I got that off my chest.
I don't care what it looks like. I like that.
That would be nice, though. Carbon fiber Xbox? That'd be
it would
nice
be sweet.
Well, I'd say the Xbox, the original one, for the Xbox One model, looks pretty good. If they ever do like they did on the 360, make custom paint, game ones,
like Gears of War and Halo Reach and stuff like that.
Yeah, and Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 3, and
yeah, I mean they have a few like that already, so.
Yeah, but PlayStation has things where you can actually switch out plates on the system, so where it's not a sticker.
Oh.
I wish Xbox had something like that.
Right. No, that'd be nice. Don't get me wrong. I mean, sometimes I look at my PlayStation and I look at my Xbox, and the PlayStation just looks visually, it looks nicer.
It's more appealing.
It is
Also,
more appealing.
That little
Yeah.
slant in it or whatever. It's
Yeah,
fun.
and it just looks nice. Like half of it's like that matte black, and half of it is that shiny, like gloss finish black.
Well, the
So-
same thing with the PS3. The PS3 always looked kind of just had a nicer design aesthetically than the
It had
Xboxes
360
had.
looked so awkward.
But the thing is, the PS3 was rounded on top, and so like
Yeah.
as a,
Yeah.
the 360, you could use it like a table. You can just stack whatever you want on it, and everything would be fine. All 20,000 discs, and PS3 they just slide off.
Apparently, we know who does not take care of their discs. And
Yeah.
just dump them on top of their
Just
console.
stacks everything on top of their console.
I actually I took care of my discs, but like the games I really wanted to play with my friends, like Rainbow Six or Call of Duty 4 or something like that, Gears, I would keep those like laying like very, very close to my Xbox. I actually had, I don't know, Taylor, if you remember this, but I actually had my 360 suspended from like the bottom of my
Yes, I do.
desk.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep,
my
little,
dad like,
little cage thing.
yeah,
Little metal holder. Yeah, I do.
my dad drilled holes in the bottom of a desk, and so then he put like a locker divider or whatever, like something to give you more space in your locker when you were in like 5th grade and stuff.
Oh, you mean
And,
the thing I used for my 360?
Yeah, I mean, I
that's-
guess we did put it in your room, didn't we?
Yeah.
But yeah, so we suspended it, and it had the best air cooling system ever. There was so much air going through that. Yeah. Anyways, that rabbit trail has been chased, I think, as far as I can let it go. So,
But I don't.
Bring it back.
A lot of people complain about the way it looks. I really don't care.
I was really
Yeah.
joking when I brought that up, and then it's
I know you were, but
No, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Okay, so next
Yeah.
on the list is Christian. Your thoughts?
What?
about the appearance, or we could just talk about.
I was just
Wait,
going
let's
to
just-
I was trying to
Well-
segue into something else.
Well, let's just talk about.
Why
I
you
mean,
failed?
hey, you know what? I'm gonna give you one thing that I don't like about it, and then you can decide. You can agree, and we can talk about it. I think it's a kind of a big issue. Install time of the Xbox One compared to the PS4.
Oh my word! I don't know the comparison, but I just know
Uh,
Xbox One's takes forever.
Hey, this is my comparison.
No,
Bo- When I bought Borderlands the other day for my PS4,
Mhm.
it took 8 minutes to install it.
Seriously?
I was playing in 8 minutes.
Wow.
Imagine that on Halo Master Chief Collection night.
I don't want to talk about that.
Oh, Halo. That was like 3 hours.
It was
Oh,
like
yeah.
79 hours for me, but
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
bad.
it was pretty bad for you.
but it's just ridiculous. I don't understand what they have to do differently. But every PS4 game I bought, I could play it within the first like 15 minutes of putting it in my console. And every Xbox game I buy, I'm like, well, I have to go to the gym and the grocery, so I'll start installing now. And then by the time I'm done eating dinner, it'll be at
It'd be like
75%.
50%,
So
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I'll
it is a little ridiculous. I mean, some games
Yeah.
are like 50 gigabytes though, and I'm sure it has to download a lot of that information. It's not all on the disk.
Oh yeah.
That's
Well,
what.
and-
That's, go
Go
ahead,
on, Tyler.
Taylor.
no, you go ahead.
All right. Well, that's what confuses me is I put in a disc and it says you need to download 59 gigs of this, and I'm like, okay, I'll download it. So the thing is, why do I have to be like, do I have to be connected to the internet in order for this to happen? Because like the disc should be able to hold all of that information, and I feel like it should go faster than that because it's a Blu-ray. I mean, it's not like it's
The
the old
360.
CD-ROM.
Yeah.
Just
My
Right.
thing is if it downloads that stuff, then why have the disc anyways? Like, why does the disc have to be in the console?
Exactly. I mean, that is very true. I mean, like, it,
I mean, like once you
Just
install
go-
it, why do you have to have the disc to play it?
yeah,
Yeah.
Right. That makes sense.
I mean, it
yeah.
should be like PC. I mean, what is it? DRM? Is that what that is? Where you can't, that's the, like, security against it or whatever. So when you're DRM free, that means you can, like, play it without
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
needing an ISO or something like that.
Right.
for those computer terms. Hopefully,
I was about
somebody
ready to say,
knows what
this
they're
is
talking about.
going back again, borderline, do you like about, we really like, if you, people like buying the disc or downloading.
I think that I just like disc because I am OCD and I like having everything stacked, nice.
Well,
on
you
the
can get money
shelf and
back
stuff
from
like
a
that.
disc, whereas you can't
Right.
on the digital.
But in a perfect world, if I knew I think that I would rather have the digital copy. Sorry, I was drawing a blank. The digital copy, but just the uncertainty of if my game is going to install soon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if Xbox servers are down, guess what? You're not going to be playing your game. You know what I mean? Kind of stuff like that, and I don't know.
That's where I think Christian said this before, but single player games, having a disc for those suckers is a great idea. Like Metro 2033, the Redux, I have not played it yet, and I need to, but that's one of those things where, technically speaking, if I didn't like the Metro series so much, I could totally just pop that in, download it, play it, and then when I'm done with it, go sell it off real easy because it's single player and I don't have to worry about it really.
Yeah,
Right.
like a single player game that's only single player, you can get through in a couple of days, a week, or whatever like that. So you can just go ahead and trade the disc back in while it still has value. But multiplayer games are going to be playing for months down the road. By the time you get around to trading them back in, you get like $5 from them. So it's kind of like what the point.
Yeah.
But I just like the convenience of the digital games, just being able to flip through and pick one and load it right up on the console.
Yeah.
Plus, I've talked about before with the two Xboxes that we have, if I buy one digital, then we can play it on both consoles, so it's like a 2-for-1 deal.
Now that would be nice, I guess, if you had a family or, if let's say you had...
You can do it with your dad. Just set it up. Just do the same thing. It doesn't have to be on the same network.
Taylor, we can be family. No, we could do that.
I don't know, Tyler.
Yeah, then just get Tyler to buy all your games.
Right?
There we go.
Yeah.
Sugar
That was
daddy.
easy. Yeah.
Well, I think the process of installing a game was like a lot quicker on a 360 than it is on the Xbox One.
It only took like 10 minutes or so on a 360. You could like install your disc.
The 360, you could choose whether or not you wanted to install it.
Yeah, that's the thing I was gonna say. Like, you didn't. That's the fact. I mean, that's a good point. You didn't even have to do it on 360, but when you did, it took a lot shorter of a time than it does on the Xbox One.
It's because I think it was pulling more information from the disc. I think
And
on the
not from the
Xbox
servers?
One, it downloads more information than it pulls off the disc.
Right.
Yeah, it's amazing. I think that it's even more shocking. Like how many games can you actually play when you've got with Halo taking up we'll just round it up to like 60 gigs out of a 500 gig hard drive. That's
right.
That's a lot.
I mean, if you're an avid gamer, then it'll go quick.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say I still have Battlefield 4 installed. I should probably delete that soon, but I have that installed, and I have Halo and Hardline, and then I have Grand Theft Auto, and those are just the big games, and I only have 80 something gigs left on my hard drive. Like nothing. It just goes away that easily.
Yeah, it took me about a year to basically fill up my hard drive to where I couldn't download anything else, and that was even after deleting like Rise and Dead Rising and other things that I was done playing. So I eventually just was watching out for a deal on external hard drives, and I picked up a 4 terabyte hard drive, so that's what I've got now, which is nice. I've got tons and tons of stuff installed, and I've only got like 30% of it used. But at the same time, you shouldn't have to buy another $100 piece of equipment on top of the $500
piece of
that I've already
equipment.
paid for.
Right.
Well, for right now, it's like $349.
Actually, I did see something that the Xbox was $300 almost. It was like $306, but it's also not bundled with any games or anything like that. It's just
No Connect.
Yeah, and
Probably-
no Connect.
It's probably just a controller.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's the true. What I would say is the what should have been like the standard Xbox that we would see in the Xbox 360 is you just got the base stuff. The thing about 360 is that everyone ended up. It's like you go over to somebody's house, dude, you got 360. Like everybody's got one. Is what I kind of felt that vibe got on. Like people with PlayStations are like, yeah, I got a 360. It became so much of like a hub of entertainment, and then like the Xbox One, I think that the new Xbox One is when it's marketed at $306. That's just like $100 more than a 360 that you buy new today. So, which really kind of makes me feel like it cheapens the value of the 360 or the Xbox One a little bit.
Yeah.
They're just trying to get consoles out because they're like,
Yeah.
I think PlayStation has sold like twice as many consoles as the Xbox has.
Mm-hmm.
So
I see.
Which is I don't know. I mean, sometimes I feel like
is good.
Yes.
yeah, but I feel like sometimes it's just hard to believe. I feel like people hear. I mean, a lot of people are Windows shoppers or are like ear shoppers, and they hear you say something bad about a console, and then they're automatically 100% against it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's really, I mean, because I know people that might want to buy something for their kid. I'm sure they Google search, console, then they get on some site where some idiot person who didn't take care of their console and then it broke or something, and they talk some mad trash about it, and they're like, "Oh, I can't get this for my kid. Like it won't work."
Yeah, I poured half a can of Mountain Dew on it, and it won't play. It won't play now. Like,
Yeah,
Well-
I feel like there are a lot of so-called reviewers who are biased one way or the other.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
never read YouTube comments.
Oh my god.
Crazy. I like to watch Ravi Zacharias, and listen to him speak on YouTube and stuff, and it's just the amount of like faith-based arguments that people get in over the internet is just
Don't
ridiculous.
even, don't even attempt to look at comments on anything that's like religious.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, even because, I mean, since, and like, video games too, because people will take that kind of seriously, and I've seen some pretty, I've even been called names before because I like Xbox more, so I mean, I don't know,
Make you
but
cry.
it did actually. I'm kind of getting teared up right now, but.
Make a grown man cry.
Yeah. Hey, Taylor, is there any onions near you?
Yeah. Blame it on the onions, Taylor.
There's no onions!
Alright, that was never a rabbit trail.
So install time,
We're
definitely
done
a
talking
no-no.
about that.
PS4 wins.
You know how onions get engaged?
We're done talking about that.
I don't
Onion.
know. I didn't hear the punchline, so I couldn't laugh.
Yeah.
Onion rings.
Oh, onion rings. That's funny.
Alright, let's talk about the cost of the Xbox Live service. Do you guys think it's a good price, a good value?
The $50 card or the
$60.
I think
$60
that-
now.
I think that it is on sale a lot. Anywhere between $35, $40
Yeah.
is, like, I'd say every month or two, you'll see a sale.
I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, I feel like I'm making my money back during the month by getting those free games that they give out, in a sense.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the Xbox free games are not anywhere on par with PlayStation's, I don't think.
They are now. On 360 and PS3, no, there was no comparison. But now I feel like...
I don't know about... Even now, I think it's going to take a little bit more time. Because most of the ones they put out now are just arcade games. Or the idea Xbox.
I
or
think that,
Rayman Legends, I mean, I
That's
don't
not
know.
like a huge title, though. Like, PlayStation, they've been giving away tons of stuff.
yeah, but I think you have to look at it a little bit differently. Like, Xbox doesn't have a huge marketplace right now, and, I mean, you just go out and give a huge title away, you're losing a lot of money.
Right.
If you're...
Right, yeah, I mean,
So-
I understand that, but I'm just saying.
well, they're probably thinking of a business idea, like how as we were last year, we were supposed to have some good games coming out, and now they got delayed and came out this year. And some of them are still good, and some of them we don't know yet until
Because they're still delayed.
Yeah, until June 23rd, after E3.
Yeah. Tanner is constantly keeping up with the Arkham Knight game.
Through IGN.
It just got delayed again. So.
Yep.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but they did release a gameplay.
Officer Down trailer.
Yeah, they released gameplay footage of it, and it looked awesome. So it was pretty cool.
That's good. But
That was another
Yeah,
rabbit
sorry,
trail.
rabbit hole, but
that's okay.
How much is PlayStation's service? PlayStation Plus?
Same price.
So do you have both, Taylor?
I do now. So
What do you think is a better value?
well, honestly, I think that they're both, in the big picture, Xbox and PlayStation both pretty much offer the same things, just different things, I guess you could say. They offer games every month, free games, discounted games, like big discounts every month, both sides do. I guess it just really depends on the kind of game you're looking for. I mean, we don't really tend to play old games, so we're not going to be, hanging on the edge for Rayman, but the guy that has a 10-year-old might be like, he sees that, oh man, this is, great, my kid will love to play this, instead of having to go out and buy a brand new $60 game. But I mean, PlayStation also has a lot of exclusive games that they put out, for free every month, and honestly, I played a few of them. I haven't touched the store that much, just because I'm still kind of getting used to it. It's kind of hard to navigate, to be honest with you, but the ones that I have played are, unique. And games like Flower on PlayStation 3, they made it on PlayStation 3 and then it's transferred over to all the other systems, but that simple, it's just a flower and you run around and bring back life and color to all of these places, and it's just so unique and so visually, gripping.
Aesthetically pleasing.
Yes. And it just makes, I don't know, I don't see that from a lot of games that the Xbox puts out in their system, or on their store at least, or on the free games.
There's definitely a lack of variety.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Within Xbox.
Then PlayStation.
And I don't know if the good gamers caught the memo for Xbox and the crappy gamers caught the memo for PlayStation, but there is no competition at all on PlayStation multiplayer games, in my opinion. I'm not trying to sound whatever, I'm just being honest. You can ask anyone who plays both consoles and they'll tell you the same thing. And I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's because...
What do you mean, just people aren't good online?
They're just not good, yeah.
Yeah, no, that was my experience with the PlayStation 3.
And I don't know if it's because the PlayStation service used to be free, so it grabbed all of those gamers who were kind of not really serious, and they just got it because they could play online. Cause I know, if you're gonna play for Xbox Live for $60 a year, I would hope you would try and, make something out of it.
I think that because PlayStation is, I think we talked about this a little bit earlier in a previous podcast, but I think that because the PlayStation gamer usually doesn't have the mic, we talked about how
it's not really a
communicating
platform.
Yeah, I know that when I was playing PlayStation Online on the PS2, I couldn't talk to anybody. It was just okay, hey, I'm in, I'm gone. That was it. It was just kind of, it didn't have that, addicting quality to it because there was no one to really latch onto to be like, oh dude, that was sweet, did you see that? There's none of that. It's just kind of, you play, you go.
PlayStation 2 had some good games, including towards the PS3, the Ratchet and Clank series, dear to me and Tyler.
Yeah,
And Spyro.
PlayStation 2 had a lot of good games. I really liked the PlayStation 2.
We can talk about that too. Kind of into our next topic. We already agreed that, I think Xbox, to me, it's hard to say because I don't want to be biased, but I am, just because I've had Xbox Live for 10 years. It'll be 11 years this July.
Wow.
So I'm not gonna say I like PlayStation Online better. I think they're still trying to get used to the fact that they are charging people for their service now, so they really have to be on their toes about providing for them. And they are. They do a well job with that. They do a way better job than Xbox does for that.
Yeah.
But
You talked about it. The PlayStation's marketplace looked very confusing. Like I used it on the PSP and a little bit on the PlayStation 2. It was a little different on PlayStation 2, but the content and how it's it's like divided into, I'd say, folders. Is how I'd look at it.
Or like
it's
tabs.
Tabs, yeah. I mean, Xbox, it has a ton of tabs, ton of different stuff, that, actually, it's not a ton of tabs. There's only like three or four. It's like home, friends, store.
Marketplace.
But then, like, within that, it's very well organized, whereas PlayStation's wasn't. But I don't know if we've talked about that before or not, but I just wanted
we
to
really
point that out.
haven't, but no, I mean, I agree because I'm glad you said that. But, I've tried to, I clicked on a game, like the game tab, cause I wanted to see the game deals they had, and it brought me to some new TV show, like, category with all these different TV shows I could watch. And I'm like, I didn't click on this. I don't really know what I did to get here. So I do agree we can knock that bird out. Xbox's marketplace is very well put together.
I like the simplicity of the Xbox dashboard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Very simple to get around. I mean, yes, it's not a perfect console, so it doesn't always work. It might be a little laggy at points, but, it is a very clean cut, straight to the point. This is what you're going to get when you click on this button kind of, dashboard and store. So.
Yeah. What is, another, like, con of Xbox, like, we've already talked about the content. Trying to think of what. I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. I had something, then I lost it.
What was it about, Tyler? Can I say anything to make you remember it? Potatoes, chicken.
I don't think it's about food.
That's what I'm thinking about.
No, but actually chicken. Wait, we can go with this. So at Chick-fil-A, my brother and I would play PlayStation while my mom was working. And so, we would play Ready to Rumble boxing and
Batman,
this PlayStation 2.
And, Crazy Taxi.
Crazy Taxi.
Just in case anybody's confused, they weren't like sitting in the dining room playing a PlayStation 2. Their mom.
No, we were in the break room.
Yeah.
Sort. And so we would be playing that, and so there was chicken there, which we got our first one. Chick-fil-A has waffle fries, so that gets the potatoes in. And then we were playing PlayStation, which brings us back to our point.
All right. Well, thank you. So now we're back to our point, and Tyler still hasn't remembered what he drew a blank about. And if anything, he's lost even more about what he was thinking about.
It's gone.
Yeah,
We have
totally
lost
gone by
time.
this point.
So, I think, final decision, in my opinion, Xbox Live service, their Xbox Live service compared to the PlayStation Network service is better, not due to the games, like I said, but kind of the simplicity and how it operates and how user-friendly it is compared to Xbox's, because I'll tell you that I put in my free trial for the PlayStation Network like 2 weeks or whatever when I first bought it. And I didn't know how to go in and cancel the subscription. So after the 14 days, they just renewed it and it charged me and I didn't know how to do that. So I lost money, which I don't really mind that it did that because I planned on doing it anyway, but just the simple fact of the matter. So.
Right. Well,
but yeah.
Can anybody raise a hand and point up another con that we haven't gotten to yet?
Yeah, we talked.
I see that hand.
Oh, it's Tanner. What? I can't see it.
I was talking about Christian.
He doesn't actually see any hands.
Oh.
But we
talked
talked
video thing.
Yeah, we don't have video. We talked a little bit earlier about the free games per month. let's talk about the free-to-play games. The PlayStation has a lot more. I don't know of all of them, and even some they had well before Xbox did, like Warframe. That was a launch title on the PlayStation 4, and the Xbox just got it. I don't know when. When was it, Tyler?
It was like right before
September
Destiny
or October.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
October.
A good while before it came out on the Xbox One. The Xbox One they're getting a little bit better with those. Like, they do have Warframe now. A lot of people like that game. They have Smite coming. I've heard about a lot more free-to-play games in development for the Xbox One, but the PlayStation 4 has a lot more launch. We don't really hear much about them now, but around launch time, it was like, they had a bunch at launch, and then it seemed like every couple months later they were getting just tons more.
right.
And so all that, plus all the free games people are getting with PlayStation Plus, you could have a PlayStation 4 and PlayStation Plus and not actually buy a game.
Any game, just pay for the online service.
Yeah, and they were giving you all this stuff. So that's one thing I think Xbox is trying to overcome, is the lack of kind of, like, more indie developers, kind of more unique things. The 360 had, what was it called on the 360? The indie development platform?
Oh, dang it. I know what you're talking about.
I don't know, it had a weird name, I don't remember what it was called, but it didn't really work that well. I don't think the games kind of got buried in just piles of junk.
Right.
Like 50,000 Minecraft ripoffs and all that kind of stuff.
Fortress Craft!
Yeah, that's pretty much all it was.
Yeah, but
Was that on arcade, or was that like the indie?
It was kind of
it was the indie arcade.
It's called, Indie Arcade.
But the ID at Xbox program, which I talked a little bit about last week, I think, is, I think, much better. I don't know how I'm trying to say this. I'm just like totally drawing a blank on words. How does one words?
How does one words? So
the ID at Xbox program is done a lot better than the indie program was done on the 360. And we've seen, there was a little video clip that was released a few weeks ago about some of the ID at Xbox games that they're going to be talking about at E3. I think this was at Gamescom, maybe. But there's just all kinds of crazy stuff that people are doing that just look really cool. And they had an interview on IGN's Podcast Unlocked podcast with kind of one of the head guys with ID at Xbox. Did you listen to that one, Tanner?
Yeah, I watch that when it posts on the videos. I'm not subscribed to that section of IGN.
But you saw it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good interview. He kind of talked a little about the things that they're doing, trying to make that program more accessible to more developers. So I think in the future we're going to see a lot better things there.
Yeah, I was going to say, but I mean, as of now, compared to PS4, PS4 is just blowing it out of the water.
Yes.
Oh yeah, trumping it.
Okay. Because that's one of the things that, like the indie developers and just like the, exclusiveness of the games in general. Like, I want to play Bloodborne on 360 or on Xbox One, but it's just not going to happen. And I'll probably get nightmares and not want to play it anymore, anyways. But
if it's like Dark Souls, you probably would play it.
So, yeah. So I just want just the amount of games that PlayStation produces, I think, are better quality overall. I think we hit on that a little bit before, but
yeah, we can talk a little bit more about that in our PlayStation exclusive episodes.
Oh yeah, that's right. Got those coming up soon.
Yeah,
it's coming. So, well, what else is there?
I think probably the last thing is I do want to just mention really quickly the exclusives. The PlayStation.
We talked about it before.
We talked about it a little bit.
But
the PlayStation has a lot more, I guess, kind of
unique.
higher tiered, more unique.
No, just
exclusive.
unique. I mean, not even higher tier, but I mean, I said it before when we talk about the video game section, but I don't want to play. I mean, I understand, Halo's my favorite game and everything, and I'm so thankful it's an exclusive. But if it wasn't, then I wouldn't really care. But PlayStation puts out different exclusives. They don't put out the same game.
Yeah.
For 10 years,
Yeah.
and they hold on to it because it's this money-making baby.
Yeah,
Call of Duty.
I'm a huge fan of Halo, but I've told many people that The Last of Us is probably the best game that I've ever played.
Oh,
Versus
without a doubt.
PlayStation
Besides Uncharted, I mean, Uncharted's also one of my most
Yeah,
favorites of all time.
I mean, that's why I got a PlayStation 3 is to play Last of Us Uncharted. Excuse me.
Uncharted.
Last of Us Uncharted. Yeah, that's why.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that's the reason, like the entire reason why I bought a PlayStation 3.
And that's the reason I bought one. So
Killzone was another one that was awesome. I think Killzone 3 on the PlayStation 3.
Yep.
Just really good exclusives that.
I never played it, but Resistance looked awesome. I don't know how
Resistance was cool. It was. I enjoyed. I played it on the PlayStation 3.
Okay. Another one, The Order 19 or
1886.
1886. That looks awesome.
Okay, well, it sucked, so I'll shoot your balloon right now.
Alright. I wondered.
No, I will say, it was, okay, and you'll see that in every review you read about it, and honestly, visually, it was, oh my gosh, it was unbelievable. It was beautiful. But that doesn't mean that I would rather play a good game than just look at a really crappy game all day. So, I mean, the content was, the game was super short, the story was interesting, and they kind of just left it out there to hang, and it was whatever.
But still, it's something different. Like, it seems like all Xbox,
something way different.
all
Yeah,
Xbox
totally.
exclusives is just like killing things, just like shooting everything. That's really all it is. Nothing like really crazy, unique RPGs or different stuff. I don't know. It just seems like
I think
that way.
The only thing we got here recently, sorry to interrupt, Ty, but we only got two. We're gonna get another fighter game. We only have two fighters right at the moment for difference. Besides, let's shoot.
Yeah.
And then like the only other fighter I think is the one I'm saying it's got delayed again.
And we have currently on
and then
Xbox.
driving.
Currently on Xbox, there's a
Yeah.
Killer Instinct and
Yeah.
UFC and maybe the Fighter Within or whatever.
And Mortal Kombat and Dragon
But
Ball
that
Z.
was-
The arcade fighters,
Yeah.
so Killer Instinct, that's a good point. I mean, Mortal Kombat's not even an exclusive, and that's
Right.
And it's gonna have a lot of content.
I think one of the things that I liked was like PS2 was the one I just PS1, PS2 is what I dealt with a lot in the PlayStation world. Never had a PS3, but
Same here.
yeah, we live together, bro. That's how that works. But Shadow of the Colossus,
Oh man, awesome game.
Never played
awesome
that.
game. They don't put out stuff like that right now, in my opinion. Like that game had so much like awe to it. Like there's, I think that kind of had more of like a Dark Souls, in a way, just it dropped you into the world and kind of said, go this way, do this. And, then like you just like are in the world galloping along. And then all of a sudden you just see this Colossus that is just
awesome.
Yeah, you don't know how,
Go
like,
to it, Shadow.
on PS2,
Shut up.
on PS2, it had like these amazing graphics, in my opinion, that like just have carried through. That it just, they were so detailed for at that time, and just, then you actually went up and climbed up that Colossus to kill it, or whatever, and
Yeah.
just a ton. I played that game so many times trying to just get the better weapons and all this cool stuff you could do with it. But that's just an example, I guess, of power,
Backup. Yeah.
the presence that PlayStation has over Xbox in gaming, in stories and stuff like that in particular. So, yeah, just anything in the taste and content of the games that are out, just Xbox is not there. Just not.
Except for when a game that's friendly to Xbox players comes out, i.e. like or Halo, stuff like that.
Gears.
Well, right.
Gears, yeah, and that's the only time people really ever jump around and talk about how awesome an exclusive is when,
Titanfall.
Titanfall, yeah, like a new exclusive comes out and people freak out about it, but really, is it something to freak out about that much, honestly?
Yeah, because when it gets to that point, you're gonna have just the next Gears of War, the next Halo.
Right, exactly.
It's gonna come out every year, every other year. Whereas, who knows if they're gonna make another Last of Us, or if they're gonna make a sequel to, Shadow of the Colossus, but those, they're just such, pillars of quality storytelling, quality game mechanics.
And they were like, go ahead, Jen.
Sorry to interrupt. I'm bad on that.
That's right. Say you're sorry.
No,
I'm just kidding.
But I think I just heard on IGN that they're in the works of making a Mass Effect 4. So
yeah, the only that sounds really great because Christian's told me the story of Mass Effect and how I didn't get to play it all.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and so that sounds awesome. But the only thing is, it's just like Christian said, it's just another Mass Effect.
It's just another one, right?
Yeah, it's not something that is just going to totally change what I think about Mass Effect. I just know, I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna create my character.
Yeah, we know what to expect.
Right. Yeah. That's why I love
the thing is,
so much. I didn't know what to expect on the first one.
Yeah.
But, and that was the thing about Gears, it was so unique, you had no idea what this game was gonna happen,
Right.
But then the thing is, you look at these, we named these other titles like Shadow of the Colossus. Has there been a second one, Tyler?
No.
How are you still talking about it?
Yeah.
Exactly. So, I don't know. This example like that, I don't know. But.
I would rather have two games come out that are very similar in terms of okay, they have the same gameplay mechanic. For example, Kill Switch on Xbox, and I think it may have been on PlayStation as well.
It was PlayStation 2, yeah.
Yeah, Kill Switch actually is a pretty solid Gears of War. So
freaking sick. Oh my gosh.
It's a pretty solid version of Gears of War, but it wasn't Gears of War. It was a soldier.
It reminded me more of Ghost Recon. It reminded me more of that, but.
Right, but it had the cover system of Gears, and the thing about it is, I love that game. And then I went, because I think I had played Gears of War at the time that I bought, Kill Switch. And, because I just hadn't, been able to get the 360 at the time. But when I played through Kill Switch, I was just like, this is so much fun. And even though it was very similar to Gears in the playstyle and stuff, I enjoyed it because it had a different skin.
Now, Kill Switch was an old generation console game.
Yes, Xbox, original Xbox.
Right.
I jumped on the X.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Right when Gears came out is when you got your 360, right?
No, well, what happened was I actually bought or borrowed my cousin's Xbox that he had, and I bought Halo and Halo 2 and Kill Switch and just a couple other games, and that's what I had. So I had PlayStation 2 and
those games,
and then the Xbox and that stuff, and then so Xbox 360 was already out at that time.
Oh,
and
okay.
I actually went over to my neighbor's house, and his name's Houston, and that's the first time I ever was introduced to Gears, and it was just like, oh my word! It went from hey Houston, can I come over, to hey Houston, I'm coming over every day for the next month and a half. to play Gears. So it captured my attention that much. But when I didn't have Gears, I would go back on the original Xbox and play Kill Switch.
And plus the rabbit hole of Houston later on called me bait.
Well, yeah, Tanner would always be on my team, and I would let him go and wander.
That's a true story.
I would let Tanner wander around.
Go first.
Yeah, that's right. I would take advantage of my brother's visual impairment and let him walk around. And so
He's not lying, folks.
When someone would shoot at Tanner, I would guard Tanner. That was my goal. The whole game was to somehow sit and hide somewhere to where they think that Tanner's by himself, but they know he's not.
That's how he became a forgiven sniper.
That's right. It was after many.
Yeah, but there was only one time I got Houston with the shotgun.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was a very funny story. Tanner kills Houston with a shotgun, and he says, "Hey, Houston, here's your shotgun," and blew him apart. And so then, from then on out, every time one of us got the shotgun, it was, hey, here's your shotgun, and then boom, we had good times. But wow, how many rabbit trolls have?
Probably
rabbit
more
trolls.
than many.
If you see a rabbit troll, call your
rabbit troll.
Yeah,
that's what we should call ours.
Oh, that's okay, because you know what? I can say this about that conversation. We're talking about how great an exclusive is that's had 3 copies or 3, installments, and it's not really unique to us anymore.
Right.
Yep.
So, I don't know,
Yeah.
that kind of just, that kind of seals the deal. I mean, we play...
Go ahead, Taylor.
I was gonna say, we play what we love because we know what it is.
Right.
And that's what Xbox gamers like, and unfortunately I feel like that's why they try to appeal to that kind of category of people, because, there's a million Halo fans, so they're like, if we put this Halo game out, and it sucks, they're still gonna play it, so let's do it.
Well, it's like them saying to us Transformers fans or Gears, we'll play out a new Gears game, and then it'd be crappy, like how the transition from Gears 3 to Judgment, and then Judgment became a crappy game, and then what we had game here with Transformers Fall of Cybertron, with Rise of Darkspark, and that was a crappy game.
Yeah, okay, so Transformers, if you're in the Transformers world, they definitely went from, they had a
good third-person platform game.
Yeah, and then basically, because a movie was coming out, they decided to put 2 different companies together on the same project. And then, so half the game was with one company, half the game was with the other, and it just did not blend well. It was really kind of...
That sounds insane.
Yeah, which stinks, because one half of the game is like, this is awesome, and then the other half of the game's like, why am I playing this? So, yeah. But...
Alright, well let's wrap this up.
Okay. Would you like a bow or a ribbon?
Would you like
both.
duct tape or would
I
you
prefer a duct tape. That's how we do it in Franklin, so.
Yeah.
That's how we do it down in the South, too. Yeah!
Shut up. Why would you? Oh my gosh. Well, don't ever say that again.
Okay, fine. If anybody wants to give us some feedback, you can reach us on Twitter. It's probably the easiest place. It's at the New Leaf Crew. Or you can email us if your feedback goes over 140 characters. That is thenewleafcrew@gmail.com.
And I'm pretty sure we didn't give anyone a reason to buy an Xbox One.
Yeah.
No,
Except to play with us. I mean, we're cool. They can buy it so they can play with us.
Yeah, they can play with us. I mean, I have a PS4, so if you don't like Tyler and Tanner or Christian, then play with me. So.
No, don't do that.
Oh, wow, I'm so sickened that we didn't. I feel like we just kind of hated on Xbox.
We gave him an honest.
I know. I mean, it just.
We talked good about the Xbox at
Yeah,
times.
we did.
Yeah.
We talked
And then we
good.
went down the rabbit trolls.
You're making
The rabbit
fun.
troll.
You're making fun of me. And you have lived more south, like in a lower location of the United States than
What are
me.
you saying right now? You have lived more south than a lower
More
level.
south. You have lived more south. Be prepared.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, if you have $400 to spend and you're thinking about buying it on Xbox, put that towards your house payment. Put that towards your house payment. It's something more important because obviously you're not gonna like your Xbox.
Just wait until they put a price drop on the Xbox One. Just use the money for your house or any other things you need to use it for.
Like pharmaceuticals that Taylor's and Christian's random friend used today.
Just so you know, he really was using those. So,
anybody have a joke to close this out?
I don't really know if I have any jokes for you, Christian.
All your jokes suck anyways, so.
Fair enough.
Did you? Yeah, I mean, ouch.
Hey, Tyler has a good one. I'm sure Tyler has one. Tyler, you always have a joke. You always have something to say. Please tell me a joke.
Oh, goodness. A joke from the bottom of my heart.
Come on, I know you have it in you.
Okay. Dun. Okay, two men walk into a bar.
Okay.
The third man ducks. That is the epitome of the joke that I have for you right now.
The third.
Okay.